The previous #1 overall pick finally had a rank-improving game after the longest time. Warriors shooter Steph Curry at last went through a night without having shot a three-pointer, but him missing shot after shot was surprisingly a bad omen for the opponents, thanks to a dear teammate. Today, we'll talk about Andrew Wiggins' contribution to the Warriors' win this NBA season. First up, how did Wiggins help his team win? During Game 5 of the action-packed finals, Curry followed his goosebump-inducing 43-point run with an underwhelming 16-point one. Yet, the final score in that game was a whopping 104-94, which is truly amazing. Needless to say, there was a man of the match during Game 5 too, and it was none other than Kansas's Andrew Wiggins. The performance that allowed the Warriors to proceed to Game 6 and face the Boston Celtics consisted of a spectacular last-minute dunk that gave Wiggins' team a 15-point lead. Ably assisted him by Jordan Poole and Klay Thompson. The 27-year-old was the high scorer for the evening and made the game best with his 13 rebounds. Curry had been pretty successful in the previous 4 games, but his luck took a turn for the worse in Game 5 and couldn't even give a single three-pointer after almost 133 playoff games. Thankfully, though, Wiggins was to the rescue and saved his team from losing its near-perfect track record. Indeed, Wiggins deserves to be recognized for the NBA win that the Warriors have managed to sign in their name. His performance has been excellent, to say the least. Why was Wiggins' performance so surprising? Wiggins has often been regarded as too nice to make any records. He's been accused of not fulfilling his potential by staying on the sidelines too often, so seeing him take charge, especially at such a crucial moment for the Golden State Warriors, fans were thrilled, to say the least. He was on fire, and it was totally refreshing to see. He was merciless, impassionate, and overall incredible. Wiggins started out in 2014 playing for the Cleveland Cavaliers, and then shortly after being sent to the Minnesota Timberwolves. He joined the Warriors back in 2020 and has been gradually realizing his talent and potential, and this was most seen at the recent finals Game 5. What was Wiggins like in the very next game? Granted, Curry fell off for a second, but the 34-year-old obviously wasn't letting go of his years of effort. He gained his momentum back in the very next finals game, scoring a whopping 34 points with 7 rebounds and 7 assists. Curry proved to everyone that he was back. However, Wiggins didn't play bad either. He also gave his all to the final game and made 18 points, just one shy of Curry's rebounds with 5 assists. His extraordinary talent is here to stay, and we're only looking forward to even better games. He's been one of the Warriors' most prized possessions, not only in the finals, but throughout the playoffs. And what has he said after the amazing performances this season? He seemed to be thrilled to prove all his doubters wrong. Those who used to see him as nothing more than a disappointing player for the Timberwolves, and whom the Minnesota team got rid of at the first chance it had, have successfully been shocked. He recently appeared on an interview with Complex's Cameron Hay and said, "When they talk, it's all motivation. When I first got here, everyone had something to say. Now everyone's quiet. That's the best feeling. When people doubt you and people sleep on you, you don't think that you can do something that you know you can do, that you've been doing your whole life. It's good to just make those guys kick rocks." Next, all that Wiggins has achieved in his NBA career so far. Just because he wasn't the best that the Timberwolves had doesn't mean he was the worst. Wiggins has managed to make some major achievements in his career. Let's have a look. We should start with the most recent ones. Wiggins won the NBA Champion and NBA All-Star awards this year after those amazing wins. Prior to that, he won some major gold and silver as 2015's Rookie of the Year. Plus, he also won the NBA All-Rookie the same year. Even before joining the NBA, Wiggins was winning titles at his local college tournaments, so for sure, he has no shortage of achievements in his career. We hope the recent milestones will help him become even more confident and go on to achieve even more titles and accolades. Now, in other news, Pacers rookie Benedict Mathurin calls out LeBron James. It's one thing for a rookie to have tons of self-confidence, but completely another when they decide to call out one of the best players in NBA history. That's exactly what Mathurin has done. He's a rookie for the Indiana Pacers and recently got interviewed by the Washington Post. post. He said that he wants LeBron James to prove he's a better player than him. He told the news organization how he's looking forward to his first ever game with the Lakers star, and said that he's waiting for the player to prove that he's actually as great as the whole world makes him out to be. That statement will most likely have some rough consequences for the 20-year-old. He's only new to the game, and challenging some of the greatest of all time is never a good look. However, despite the young age, Mathurin proved himself to be worthy of the elite title last year when he averaged 30.3 points and about 8 rebounds per game. But he's still centuries apart from where James is, and has been for a long time now. So comments like those, we wouldn't recommend it. Could it be that the upcoming Pacers defeat, if it happens, would be because of all the rage James may be feeling over those comments? Or is James above all the haters and doubters, given all the experience he's had and the self-confidence he must have since he's the best of the best? We'll only find out once the game actually takes place, and frankly, we can't wait. Now, more on Curry. How did his father help him polish his shooting skills? It indeed takes a lot of time and effort to become a star like Curry. A devotion to the sport is of course necessary. However, the one thing that can absolutely not be compromised on is practice. All it takes is practice, practice, and more practice, and Curry can testify to that. But one plus point for the 34-year-old has been his basketball background. His father played the sport, and his younger brother currently is playing the sport for the Brooklyn Nets. His father came to GQ in recent days and admitted that his superstar son is definitely better than he is. He said that while he had a 2-dribble limit, his son is doing him proud by being one of the best at the skill. Dell, his father, played with the NBA for 16 years, contributing to different teams over this time, and while he may not have lived out his dreams of being the best himself, he's certainly doing it through his elder son, and the experience he's gathered over those years, he has passed down to Steph. The 34-year-old learned his valuable shooting skills from his dad. He was also the one who motivated him to train and get better and better till he almost became the best. Athletic families can be a little exhausting for the children especially. This is because of all the pressure and expectations to excel at a certain sport. The Curry family was no exception, and the brothers who would often cry at practices from all the pressure put on them. But they're now glad that their hard work paid off and molded them into the amazing players that they are today. And speaking of fathers, Wiggins is absolutely delighted to be one himself. Wiggins has made headlines as a player that has finally made his mark on the league after years of getting criticized. So when the black stage was erected for him at the recent NBA victory, he had a lot of things to say. Over the course of this spectacular final, the world has gotten to know a whole new side to Wiggins. Before this, he had a pretty low profile, but that has subsided with the amazing performances he's given this season. Apparently, there are many aspects to his life that have improved his game, and one of them is being a father to his daughter Amaya, who's 4 years old. Draymond Green, who's a fellow Warrior, spoke about the bond the two share. He raised his 2 fingers and said that they're like that. Becoming a parent can truly change a person. When it comes to how it worked in the favor of Wiggins' skills, it could be an increased sense of responsibility that comes with it. That was it for today's video. What do you think about Wiggins' performance this season? Let us know in the comments below, and make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel, where we post similar videos quite frequently. We'll see you in the next one.